Okay, welcome to the Hinchy Gymnasium.
School, the Hinchy Gym, for tonight's game between the Sharon Academy Phoenix and the West Rutland Golden Horn.
So this is the second matchup of these two teams. The first one was won by Sharon Academy.
Junior, number 21, Harvey Kelly.
So Harvey Kelly.
Senior,
Junior.
number 13, Jay Norland.
Jay Norland.
Senior, number 11, Max Perkins.
Max Perkins.
Senior, number 10, Bruce Atwood.
Number 10, Bruce Atwood.
And senior, number 5, Carter Blanchard.
And senior number 5, Carter Blanchard.
Blake Fabricant, assisted by Colin Pope and Phipps. And now for your West Rutland Golden Horn, number 3, sophomore, Jacob Bartlett.
Jacob Bartlett, sophomore.
Number 21, junior, Francis Grabowski.
We got junior Francis Grabowski.
Number 5, junior, Jacob Dow.
5, Jake Dow.
Number 32, junior, Brian Maxim.
Another junior, Brian Maxim.
Number 33, senior, Zachary Trepanier.
And senior, Zach Trepanier.
West coached by Don Dunches Jr., assisted by Don Dunches Sr., athletic trainer Cody Parker. Please stand for the national anthem, sung by West Rutland students, Casey Sorani, and joined tonight by Kaylee Svita.
And we have 2 West Rutland freshmen singing tonight. Joining Casey Sorani, our normal singer, is Kaylee Svitek. Very nice job by those 2 freshman girls from West Rutland. So as I started to say, this is the second time these 2 teams matched up earlier in the season. West Rutland traveled to the Sharon Academy and lost. Sharon Academy had a very hot, very hot shooting night up there. I believe it was number 13, Jay Norland. I believe he went off for 28 points or so up there. And the difference, I think, in the game was like 15 by then. So the tip is won by the Sharon Academy, and West Rutland's going to come out. Looks like they're going to play a zone to start. Different look than the last time they played. A straight man from West Rutland last time. Good work by Sharon Academy. Firing the ball around, nice work. Gets it down to the short corner and bucket by Carter Blanchard. So 2-0 lead. Jacob Dow will be the primary ball handler for West Rutland most of the evening. Gonna work off a screen, but from Maxim. Crosses the man up, nice runner. Ball into a lane, no good off the rim. Nice drive by Jake Dow. Just wasn't able to get a drop.
Run it.
Working the ball around the outside. Kicks it out to Norland. Norland kicks it back across to Blanchard. Blanchard on the spin, and last touch by Maxim. So it's going to be Sharon Academy ball on the end line. Going to be inbounded by Max Perkins. Perkins fires the player in the corner. And Jay Norland, just like the last game, hot 3-point shooter. Wide open in the corner, nobody found him, and he's able to bury it. So 5-0 lead for the Sharon Academy. We'll look to run off the screen. Little hesitation dribble and get a reach by Carter Blanchard. First team foul. First personal foul. Jacob Dow, a little hesitation move there, was able to draw the contact. Zach Trippier to put the ball into play for West Rutland on the baseline. Grabowski runs off screen. Ball gets in the corner to Dow. Dow gets it knocked away. Picks the ball up, dribble drive, pull cross up, gets it to Jacob Bartlett, who's long on the three, and Sharon Academy is able to grab the rebound. And ball's fired in. And the foul is going to go to Francis Grabowski. So Harvey Kelly at the line to shoot 2. 5-0 lead for the Phoenix. First one's up. And that one's no good. So second attempt for Harvey Kelly. That one's up. And that one rallies through and good. So 6-0 lead for the Phoenix. West Rutland still looking for their first basket of the night. Jacob Dow comes up, across the timeline, gets it to Max in the corner. Max, a little hesitation move, drives to the basket, no good. Nice move to get to the basket, not able to finish at the rim. And we get a travel call. Nice pressure there by Jacob Dow. Forced the hesitation and a little stutter step out of Max Perkins. So still 6-0, 6-10 to go here in the first quarter. Ball's fired over to Bartlett. Bartlett waiting for the man to cut up. Maxim gets it, kicks it to Grabowski, over to Dow in the corner. Gets Maxim in the post, and up and good. Nice find by Jacob Dow. Pressure, a little phantom pressure there by both Jacobs. And Brian Maxim takes a hard shot, no call there. Able to force a bad shot. Jacob Dow getting some pressure put on, gets it over to the Grabowski. Grabowski looking to put it on the floor. Fadeaway, just fires it up wildly at the rim. Comes up empty. Ball's pushed forward. Kicks it back up to Perkins. Perkins fires the ball across to Norlands. Norlands is their shooter. Perkins with the ball, gets back to Norlands. Norlands gets it back to Perkins. Perkins, little hesitation, gets Grabowski off the floor and steps in and makes it 2. So 8-2 Phoenix lead. Dow gets the ball up across, gets it to Bartlett. Bartlett gets it over to Maxim. Maxim over to Grabowski, gets to Dow in the corner. Dow gets it up to Trippier. Trippier takes a couple dribbles, gets it over to Bartlett. Bartlett tries crossing his man up, gets the ball knocked away. Gets it out to Grabowski. Grabowski gets it back into Dow's hands. High pressure there by Perkins. And Jacob Dow gets all the way to the rim. A lot of contact, draws the foul, but is not able to get the bucket to fall. So first foul on Perkins. Dow's gonna go to the line to shoot 2. 8-2 Phoenix lead. Jacob Dow steps up, rattles around, not able to fall in.
Go box out.
Second one's up, and that one is good for Dow. Sharon Academy is able to break, just running their 2 guards up top. Jacob Dow, Jacob Bartlett, applying a little bit of pressure to slow them down coming across. Gets over Norlands. Norlands steps through, gets it down in the post. Nice turnaround move. Phoenix are shooting very well right now. They're able to score pretty much at will. 10-3. Cut, Maxim gets it back to Dow. Dow, a little hesitation. Gets it back to Bartlett. Bartlett dribbling up above the 3-point arc. Skips it over to Trippier. Trippier takes a dribble, gets it back out to Dow. Coming off a screen. Got Jacob Bartlett, great hustle play to get in there with the trees. Gets it back to Maxim, kicks it over to Trippier. Trippineer's going to fire up the 3. That shot's way off. Good hands there by Bartlett to knock that ball away to slow down that fast break. Perkins gets it over Nolan's. Back to Perkins. Kicks it across to Blanchard. Blanchard fires it in. Back out to Perkins. Nolan's fires it into Lane. Maxim puts some pressure on him. Nice rebound, ripped down by Trippineer. Dow pushing the ball. Gets it to Maxim. Maxim in the post and up and scores again. Nice find by Jacob Dow. Brian Maxim runs the floor really well. Nice finish at the rim. Wild running there by Sharon, by Blanchard. Turns the ball over. Gets it to Grabowski. Grabowski fires it up. Buries the 3. So 5 quick points there by the Golden Horde has now made it a 10-8 Phoenix lead. Blanchard comes up across, gets it to Perkins. Perkins being worked by the top of the zone. Gets it over Nolan's, back to Perkins, gets it into the foul line, kicks it back out to Perkins, who mishandles it. No look pass over to the corner to Blanchard. Blanchard back to Perkins. Perkins, little hesitation, and trying to find Norland on the wing. And throws it out of bounds. So into the game is Willie Grabowski and Jordan Johnson. So going with their smaller lineup. A lot of guards, a lot of ball handlers. A little more aggressive defensive team on the floor right now. Nice step through by Jake Bartlett, gets all the way to the rim. Unable to finish with his right hand. Nice poke from behind though. Gets it to Dow. Dow gets it back to Jake Bartlett. Kicks it out to Maxim. Maxim thought about the shot, kicks it to Willie Grabowski. Willie Grabowski buries the 3. West Rutland gets their first lead of the game. 11-10, West Rutland in the lead. And that shot is off. And a lot of contact there between Maxim and Kelly. And as Maxim's falling out of bounds, he's able to throw it off Kelly's legs to earn the play for West Rutland. So 1:35 to go. West Rutland is on an 8-0 run to take the lead at 11-10. Dow brings it up across the timeline, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson takes a couple dribbles and tries to fire a ball to where he thought Grabowski might be cutting and turns the ball over. So Nolan with the ball, fires it over the top of the zone. Back over to Nolan's. There's their shooter. That one's way long. But great hustle play by number 14, Sam Nolan's. Ball into the interior and pretty easy finish there by Bruce Atwood. Big player, nobody around him in the center of that zone. Get it to Maxim in the corner. Maxim's going to think about the 3, and he buries it. So West Rutland back on top, 14-12. And Maxim ate his Wheaties today. Scoring explosion for him, 7 points here early in the first quarter, or late in the first quarter. Jacob Dow fires a shot up, comes off the rim. Norland's little hesitation dribble, kicks it back out to Perkins. Perkins up with the 3, no good, but rebound on the backside. Too much size there for the men that were in that area. And the foul goes to Brian Maxim as the player was falling out of bounds. That was a wait and see what happens there. I think if the Sharon Academy player was going to be able to grab it, he wasn't going to make the call. Shot from the corner, blocked by Maxim. And that's how the quarter comes to an end. So West Rutland, after a very slow start from the floor, runs off 8 straight points and then hit a late 3 to maintain a 2-point lead. We're going to take a quick break here, get a breath, and come back for the second quarter. We're back to action here in the second quarter. At the start of the second quarter, West Rutland Golden Horde with a 14-12 lead on the Phoenix from the Sharon Academy. Ball's going to be put into play to Jacob Dow. Dow, Willie Grabowski, Jordan Johnson, Jake Bartlett, and Brian Maxim on the floor currently for the Golden Horde. Jake Bartlett gets trapped against the end line. A lot of contact there, no call. They got him on stepping on the end line. Ball's put into play. Take it back to number 10. Fires the ball. Gets fired over the top. 14 mishandles his dribble, goes right to a Sharon Academy player who's able to put it up and in to tie the score at 14. So Jacob Dow walking the ball up to the timeline. Sharon Academy staying in their straight man to man. Oh, looks like they're dropping into a zone now. And Jordan Johnson fires a pass. A little bit too hard for Maxim to handle. It bounced off his hand, so the turnover goes to Sharon Academy. Nolan's up top, gets it into number 10 in the wing. Ball's shot by number 21, Harvey Kelly, and Sharon Academy is back on top. 16-14. The Phoenix are in the lead early in the second quarter. Grabowski gets trapped. Maxim with a turnaround and hits it. Nice turnaround shot by Maxim in the post. Gets the ball into play. Nolan gets it up, fires it. Nice feed on the backside. And Sharon Academy jumps back out, 18-16. That was a nice find on the backside by the Phoenix to number 14, Sam Norland. Ball's in Dow's hands. Dow gets it to Grabowski. He's trapped in the corner. Dow fires it over. Bartlett is going to fire the three. That is no good. Maxim grabs the rebound off that long three-point attempt and gets fouled by Sam Norlands.
Green 1-4, green 1-4 on the push will shoot too, guys. So are you coming in for the sub? Yeah. Yes, yeah. Jordan.
Okay, so apparently I didn't see an injured player for the Phoenix. It sounds like somebody rolled their ankle, so they're going to sub before the first shot of this two-shot foul. Unusual play, but so both subs are in. Grabowski's in for Johnson, and I didn't catch the number of the player coming in for the Phoenix. Maxim at the line, rattles the first one home. So Maxim at the line to shoot his second of the two. That one's up. Looked like it was short, got the shooter's bounce. He's got the shooter's roll tonight. Everything seems to go in for Maxim right now. Dow putting some great pressure on Perkins. Gets the ball over, gets the ball down in the short corner. Nice step through by Sam Norlands. Maxim didn't want to pick up his second foul, so he let him go, and he's able to finish at the rim. So 2018 lead for the Phoenix. Back and forth game here. Just trading two-point baskets the last few trips down the floor. Jacob Dow, a couple dribbles, gets it over to Bartlett. Bartlett takes a couple dribbles, gets it to Grabowski. Willie Grabowski, deep three, straight away, and it buries it. Puts the Golden Horde back up. 21-20. Jacob Dow working Perkins pretty good. Got him over the sidelines. Nice steal by Jacob Dow. Pushing the ball forward, gets it to Bartlett. Bartlett, a little bit too strong for him. Kicks it back out to Maxim. Maxim's going to try another three, and no good. And a nice move there by Jay Norlands. Maxim thought he was going to pop the three, stepped out on him. He's able to get all the way to the rim. 22-21. Gets it to Grabowski. Grabowski back to Dow. Dow over to Jake. The big swing over to Grabowski. Francis Grabowski, I had to say full names. Short on that three. Phoenix get it up across the timeline. Sam Norlands gets the ball, pulls it back out, gets it to Perkins, gets it back to Sam Norlands. Thinks about the three, gets it back up to Perkins. Perkins setting up the offense. Gets it over to Norlands. And great hands there by Dow. And William Grabowski is not able to get to that ball before it goes out of bounds. So it's going to be the Sharon Academy Phoenix ball, 22-21, 4:21 to go in the quarter. We got a full timeout here, but we're going to stay just to get caught up a little bit. So really aggressive defense from both teams, and pretty cleanly played game. 3 team fouls on the Phoenix right now and 2 on the Golden Horde. West Rutland is mixing it up. They're going inside and outside. They've had 3 3-pointers thus far and a lot of baskets at the hoop. Right now, Brian Maxim, hot hand for West Rutland. Jacob Dow just really working. He's got several steals and a lot of good assists. A lot better approach to this game for the mindset of the West Rutland Golden Horde. Prior to the game up there, West Rutland was going straight man the entire game, and they fell behind early to the Phoenix, were never able to really fully recover. So tonight, really good result for the Horde. This Phoenix team was in Barrie, played in the state championship game last year. They did graduate some players, but the 5 kids on the floor, I think, saw a significant time in that championship game last year. So they're a very experienced and well-seasoned team. Ball's put into play, thrown over the top, gets up to Jay Norlands, their 3-point specialist. Has the ball up top, gets it to Perkins, back to Jay Norlands. Looking to find the guy in the post. It looks like they're working the ball around the outside, trying to find the big guys down low. Get it down in the post, up and off the glass. Sam Norlands seems to be the killer tonight for the Phoenix. He's been able to score around the rim. He's a big, strong kid. He's able to work himself into that position. Jacob Dow brings the ball up across the timeline, gets it to Willie Grabowski, get back to Dow, gets it over to Jake Bartlett to Dow to Francis Grabowski in the corner, and Francis Grabowski hits his second 3 of the game. So both Grabowskis have 2 3-pointers apiece at this point, and that's going to lock it up at 24 now. Looking to feed it down in the post. Number 10, Atwood. Atwood kicks it back out to Norlands. Perkins drives into the lane. Good hands by Dow to force that ball out of there. Atwood gets it in, and Atwood's able to score over Maxim in the center of the lane. So 26-24, 3:12 to go here in the second quarter. Dow brings it across, gets it to Grabowski. Grabowski to William Grabowski. Back to Dow, back to William Grabowski. Maxim in the center lane finds the open 3-point shooter in the corner, and Bartlett's able to bury the 3. So looks like they're running 4 out, 1 in with Maxim running in the center, and they're able to find the shooter in the corner. We're going to take a break on this timeout because it is a full, and we'll be back after a short break. Okay, we're back to action on that last 3-pointer by Jake Bartlett. It's 27-26. Timeout called by Sharon Academy coach. Talk over some strategy. Looks like they're going to work the ball over the top. Nolan kicks it across to Kelly. Kelly tries throwing the long pass over the top, the skip pass, and Bartlett's able to pick it off. Gets it to William Grabowski. William Grabowski finds Jacob Dow cutting on the back door. The ball's deflected, but it goes right to Dow. Dow's able to finish at the rim. Balls move forward. Francis Grabowski up, contesting that shot. Gets it over to Dow. Dow gets it over to Jake Bartlett. Jake Bartlett high off the glass, and rebound comes down to Sam Norlands. Max Perkins comes across, gets it to Jay Norlands, into the Atwood in the center of the lane, and Maxim picks up the foul, trying to contest Harvey Kelly. Okay, so for the N1 is no good, and just lack of hustle there out of West Rutland. Loose ball, nobody grabbed onto it. Get it in. Missed dribble by the Sharon Academy Phoenix. Ball gets back out, comes to Grabowski on the run, buries the 3. So Perkins. And William Grabowski, I think, just picked up the fall on the reach. So they gave him the bucket on that one. Thought it might have been on the floor. They gave him the bucket, so he's going to Harvey Kelly's back to the line, try to finish the 3-point play. Kelly up with a shot, and that's good. And the ball's put into play, Jacob Dow. So Caleb McLaren comes in for Max and just picked up his second foul. Ball's thrown over the top to William Grabowski. He gets hit in the face. So William Grabowski, that throw over the top, gets hit in the face by, I think they gave that one to Jay Norlands. That's his first. So ball's put into play, Jacob Dow. Jacob Dow can get the ball over to Grabowski. Grabowski coming off the screen by Dow, fires it over to McLaren. McLaren cutting through. William Grabowski gets it back into Jacob Dow's hand. Minute 13 to go. So here comes a high screen. Working it, kicks it over to Grabowski. Deep three and buries it. So 35-31, West Rutland 4-point lead. Norlands picks up his dribble, but he's able to get it across to Atwood, back to Norlands. West Rutland shooting the ball really well from the 3-point zone, or range tonight. Norlands puts the ball on the deck, working against Dow. Dow almost gets the steal. Atwood puts it down in the post. Sam Norlands able to go up and in. Coach Dunches, I think, is looking for a 3-second call on Sam Norlands before that make basket. William Grabowski from the corner. That one's in and out, no good. Ball's picked up by Max Perkins. Picks up his dribble, pulls it back, fires it across to Kelly. Kelly back to Perkins. Perkins over to Norlands. 35-33. Ball's thrown over. 2-point attempt, no good. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Ball up to Grabowski. Grabowski at the buzzer and throws it off the backboard, but no good. Nice half by the Golden Horde. Holding the 2-point lead going into the locker room at halftime. 35-33. We are going to take a break for half, and we'll be back for second half action from the Hinchy Gymnasium. Okay, back for second half action here in the Hinchy Gymnasium. Great shooting half for both teams. Sharon Academy Phoenix made a living in the paint. They were scoring pretty much whenever they wanted. Golden Horde, on the other hand, had the long-range bullets going. They scored in the post early, but hit a lot of threes down the stretch with a 2-point lead. So start the half for Sharon. You got Max Perkins, Jay Norlands, Sam Norlands is starting on the bench. Max Perkins, Jacob Dow, great hands. Get back to the lineups in a second. Nice crossover, gets it across.
Jay, come on.
Nice find, gets it to Francis Grabowski, and it goes off his foot out of bounds. What a great crossover by Jacob Dow. Max Perkins putting the ball in play, gets it to Jay Norlands. Jay Norlands dribbles it up, fires it up into the center. Harvey gets it back to Perkins, back over to Norlands. Nice stutter step by Norlands, and great rebound by Francis Grabowski. And he's able to get the ball back to Dow. Dow pushing the ball up, gets it over to Bartlett. Bartlett takes a couple dribbles, gets it back into Dow's hands. Dow gets it over to Bartlett. Maxim trying to post up his man in the post on that side. Gets it over, swings it over the other side. Maxim gets the ball outside the 3-point arc, gets it to Bartlett. Bartlett works off the screen from Maxim, kicks it back out to Dow. Dow's gonna just set it back up again. Perkins gonna run him off the high screen and roll. Jacob Dow gets all the way to the rim and finishes. Nice finish by Jacob Dow, working off the screen by Brian Maxim. Perkins goes by Dow, kicks it over the corner. Shot from the corner off the side of the backboard, no good. That shot was put up by Blanchard. Blanchard's able to run down his own rebound. Missed so badly that nobody was in position to get that, and he was able to get to his own. So Perkins gets the ball, gets back to Jay Norlands. Jay Norlands dribbles across, gets it to Perkins. Perkins gets back to Jay Norlands, looking to get it down into the post. Takes the dribble, gets it to Atwood at the foul line. Maxim steps through, knocks it away, and Trippier comes up with the loose ball. Gets it to Dow. Dow to Grabowski. Grabowski puts it up, rattles around, and falls in. Atwood gets the ball, takes the dribble, takes it down. Jay Norland takes it, kicks it across to Blanchard. Blanchard, little stutter step, comes in to Grabowski. And so Trippier gets the ball in to Dow. Dow's gets it up across the timeline. Perkins doing a good job working on him. 40. Gets it to Maxim. Maxim to Grabowski. Grabowski hits Maxim into the post. Up and under. And finishes at the rim. Up and under. 42-33. West Rutland 7-0 run here to start the quarter. Good. Sharon Academy rattled a little bit. Atwood comes up. He's going to fire the long three. That's no good. And Francis Grabowski on the backside gets the rebound. Brings the ball up across the timeline. And wisely gets it back to his point guard. Jacob Dow. Jacob Dow dribbling above the timeline. Perkins on him. Gets it over to Grabowski. Grabowski being guarded by Norlands. Lazy pass by Maxim, but Bartlett is able to snag it. And we got a timeout, full timeout going to Sharon Academy. Full timeout to Sharon Academy. So we're gonna stay here and reset it. So 35-33 at the half. West Rutland has jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Francis Grabowski still with the hot hand from the outside. Jacob Dow has been able to break his man down and get to the rim a couple different times in this half early. And, 3 minutes into this half, West Rutland's able to bring that lead up to a 9-point lead. And they're going to have the ball coming out of this timeout. So we'll see what Coach Dunches is going to set up. The coach for the Phoenix called the timeout, talked to his players about some defense and offense, I think. Offensively, they have not put up a good shot to start this half. West Rutland defense has been pretty strong to start out. So Grabowski's going to put the ball into play. And it looks like Sharon Academy is going to come out. It looks like they might be playing a zone. Yeah, it looks like they're working a zone. Francis Grabowski, deep three, and that one goes as well. Francis Grabowski just burying the shots from deep. Gets the ball over to Atwood, over to Jay Norland. That shot goes in, and we got a held ball in that possession. That's going to go to West Rutland. So that three-pointer puts West Rutland up 12 here early in the third quarter. So Jacob Dow just comes across the timeline, fires the ball across to Jacob Bartlett. Jacob Bartlett gets it over to Dow. Dow back to Bartlett, but the ball's deflected. Bartlett picks up his dribble near the half-court line. Jacob Dow working the ball off the bounce, gets over to Grabowski. Grabowski into the post to Maxim, kicks it out to Jacob Bartlett. Jacob Bartlett is deep on his three. They throw the ball long over the top. Nice hustle by Francis Grabowski to knock that ball away. And Zach Trippier picks up a foul. That might have been a gift. That might have been a gift because I think that one probably should have gone on Maxim, but knowing Maxim has two, good officials will do that sometimes and award that foul to somebody else. So at the line is Harvey Kelly. Missed his first one. Still a 12-point lead for the Golden Horde. 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the half, or in the quarter. Second one's long. Maxim battling for the rebound. Atwood, big, strong kid, was able to get his hands on it. Last touch by Atwood. So Golden Horde are going to get the ball. Fires the ball into Maxim in the center, and then Maxim just holds it for a second, lets Dow get set up. Fires the ball out to Grabowski. Grabowski is short on that three-point attempt. And Bartlett putting some high pressure on the ball carriers, and then they'll drop back into their zone, it looks like. Ball's fired over. New Orleans gets it back over to Blanchard. Blanchard throws up the three. Maxim fires the ball, trying to fire it off the Phoenix player, misses him. Bounces almost all the way out to Grabowski at the half-court line. Last touch by the Phoenix. So Sam New Orleans comes back in. He's a sophomore who, in the first half, was able to score in the paint pretty frequently. So they're going back to a bigger lineup, see what happens here offensively for the Phoenix. Defensively, they're going to stay in that zone. They're going to rotate out quickly on Grabowski, which I think is a wise decision. So Atwood, Bruce Atwood picks up a foul. It's only his first, team's first of the second half. So Grabowski's going to go to the line. Grabowski puts the first one up, and that is good. Grabowski at the line for a second. That one is good as well. So 47-33. Phoenix still yet to score in the second half. And Jacob Bartlett picks up the foul. Trying to go for the steal. Only his first, team second. They get the ball into Harvey Kelly. Kelly gets it back to Max Perkins. Max Perkins over the top to Nolan. And he goes up to the rim. And that's the first bucket of the second half for the Phoenix. 47-35. Jacob Bartlett picks up dribble. He's going to fire the shot. And Jacob Bartlett buries the three. 50-35. Golden Horde, 15-point lead. Sam Nolan's kicks it forward. Nice slide. Atwood comes across and Maxim fouls him going to the rim. So Atwood, that's Maxim's third. 2:34 to go in the third quarter. And that one is short. So, smart play by Coach Dunchus there. Maxim has a tendency to pick up fouls in spurts. 3 fouls, nice lead. 2:34, put him on the bench. McLaren's going to come in for him. Atwood's good on his second one, so 14-point lead for the Horde. 50-36, 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. Gets the ball over to Grabowski. Grabowski buries another three. 53-36. Ball gets into Jay New Orleans, fires it across, gets it across to number 3, Cole Ward. And the ball's up and off the backboard, and that is bounced off a West Rutland player's head. I think it hit Jordan Johnson on the way out. So Jay New Orleans is going to put the ball into play. Caleb McLaren is the senior that came in for Maxim, playing in the center of that zone, down low. Sam New Orleans with the ball, gets it to his brother, assuming brother, Jay New Orleans. Jay New Orleans, the shooter that West Rutland's worried about coming into the game, hasn't scored much from the outside, but Sam New Orleans has been able to get down into the post like that most of the game. Caleb McLaren. Caleb McLaren trying to get the block. It's only his first foul, but he's trying to get the block on Sam New Orleans down in the post. Got ball, but got a lot of body. So Sam New Orleans' first shot is good. 53-37, minute 53 to go here in the third quarter. West Rutland continuing the hot shooting hand from the outside. Francis Grabowski leading the way with that. Jake Bartlett's got one in his half as well. Second one's good by Sam New Orleans. So Jacob Dow gets the ball, working up the timeline. They're looking to trap, get it to Grabowski, gets it to Dow. Back to Bartlett, Bartlett over to Grabowski, and that's going to go up again. and he buries another one. Francis Grabowski's putting on a shooting clinic tonight here in the Hinchy Gymnasium. Been pretty quiet most of the season from outside, and he's just putting on a clinic. 56-38. Ball's fired into the post. Picked off by Caleb McLaren. Gets it to Jordan Johnson. Jordan Johnson's trying to just get rid of the ball too quick. And we got a 30-second timeout. So we're going to stay right here. West Rutland has just come out lights out in this second half. Just unbelievable shooting performance. Francis Grabowski, who I think high total for the year before tonight, was up in Chelsea with 14. And he's got to have 8 or 9 threes tonight. And they're not rotating out to him.
Hey, Lord.
How many does he have? 8. So I just got a confirmation from the bench, or from the scorer's table. Francis Grabowski has 8 threes on the night. Everything that's going up from his hand is dropping right now. And everybody else is shooting well around him. This ball, foul was called up top. I think Jake Dow. No, they gave Jake Bartlett. Jake Bartlett his second. So outside of Maxim with 3, nobody else really with foul trouble for the Golden Horde. So the ball's going to be inbounded. 5 team fouls for the Horde though, so foul shots could be coming for the Phoenix. And then a couple more fouls. Sam Nolans gets it over to Max Perkins, over Jay Nolans. He's the shooter. That's way off the mark, but great hustle by the Phoenix to get the rebound. Perkins throws the ball back to Cole Ward. Cole Ward back to Perkins. Throws it up over top to Sam Nolans. Works his way down under. He's been able to do that almost all night. Working his way in. 16-point lead, under a minute to go. The Phoenix are now in a man-to-man, trying to take Francis Grabowski out of the game. It looks like taking his senior best defender up and finishes, overplaying the 3, and Grabowski's able to put it on the deck and get to the rim. Good work by Francis Grabowski. Now defensively, see if the Horde can get a stop here. They do get a stop. 2 West Rutland players battling for the same rebound, and the ball goes out. It's going to be Phoenix's ball. 18-point lead for the Horde. 19 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So the ball's put into Max Perkins. Max Perkins up to Sam Nolans. Back to Perkins. Perkins dribbling up around the timeline. Kicks it over to Jay Nolans. Jay Nolans down into the post. Being worked by Caleb McLaren, and he's able to finish up over the top. Gets the ball into Jacob Dow. Jacob Dow, 3/4 court. Oh, and that back rims. With the night that West Rutland's having, surprised that didn't fall for him. We are going to take a short break so I can get my breath, because I'm sure the third or fourth quarter is going to be just as good as the third. So Phoenix's ball to start. It's 58-42, 16-point lead for the Horde. 8 minutes to go here in the Hinchy Gymnasium. Try getting you caught up when I get a chance. Max Perkins with the ball. Jay Norlands. Cole Ward's also on the floor. Ball trying to force the ball into the interior. Great hands by the Golden Horde, knocking that ball away. And here comes freshman Willie Grabowski coming into the game. And entering the game, Jay Norlands is coming out for the Phoenix. And into the game, Fletcher Ambrose. I don't know if he's played this evening. I haven't called his name yet, I don't think. And Phoenix get the ball to the foul line. And good pressure by Maxim. And Francis Grabowski not only doing it on the offensive end tonight, but he's ripping down a lot of defensive rebounds, doing a good job of getting the ball. So Jacob Dow, they're going straight man now, the Phoenix are. So they just clear everybody out, let Jacob Dow bring it across the line. Max Perkins playing high. Get it into Maxim down in the post. He takes Sam Norlands to the hole, kicks it out to William Grabowski. William Grabowski, Maxim goes up and under. Battles for the rebound, and the ball rolls out to Jacob Dow. Wasn't able to finish, but was able to keep that ball alive for the Horde. Max working the post there for Bartlett, trying to get it to him, get it out to Grabowski in the center circle. He's just holding it on his hip, letting everybody relax. Gets it into Jacob Dow's hands. Jacob Dow working him. Oh, and it works to perfection again. Jacob Dow comes off the screen and roll. Nobody picks him up. He gets all the way to the rim. Great work there by Jacob Dow coming off that screen. Both players stayed with the roll man, which is Maxim. Sam Nolans comes around, fired back in, and that ball, nice make on the inside there by Kelly. Jacob Dow being worked by Max Perkins. Jacob Dow's going at him. Jacob Dow's running off that, gets all the way to the rim again. And earlier in the game, that was considered a shooting motion, but they're going to call it on the floor. Jacob Dow twice in a row off that high screen and roll with Maxim has been able to get to the rim. Holding his hands on his knees right now. It looks like he might be a little winded. Might see Coach Dunches take a timeout to get his point guard a little bit of a breath. We'll see what happens. Ball goes to Francis Grabowski in the corner, and another one drops in. That's 9 on the evening for Grabowski. They run that play a lot when Grabowski's hot, getting him the ball in the corner off the inbound. 63-44, 5:51 to go here. Golden Horde just playing a great offensive game, and defensively they're rotating really well. That ball's off, but the rebound comes down to the Phoenix. That ball's on the floor, and Jacob Dow gets down on the floor and gets fouled by number 21, Harvey Kelly. Dow got down, that ball was loose. Dow dove to the floor and was trying to get a pass off to one of his teammates. And he got fouled in the action. Bartlett's going to bring it up over the timeline. Dribbles between his legs, kicks it to Grabowski. Grabowski to Maxim. Maxim takes a couple dribbles to the corner and gets it back to Dow. Let's see if we're going to run it. Oh, we get a hand check up top. So they're trying everybody and their brother on Grabowski at this point to see if somebody can shut him down. This is the third player this quarter to guard. And they get the ball in. Grabowski makes a nice play, gets it in the backcourt to Dow. Dow's looking to work off the high screen and roll. Nobody picks him up. A nice step through. Jacob Dow finishes at the rim, 65-44. And a lot of contact on the drive to the rim there by Blanchard, and no call coming on the play. Ball's fired into Dow. Dow takes a couple dribbles and gets it over to Bartlett. Bartlett getting pressured. Willie Grabowski just holding the ball, trying to get it back to Dow. Not able to. Now he's able to get it back in his hands. And wisely, Coach Dunn just saw they're getting pressured up top, getting a little scrambled, so he's going to call a timeout. And he's going full timeout. So full timeout. We're going to stay right here, recap a little bit of what just happened. Wish Mr. Dow I had headphones on, we could talk about this. This is just a lights out performance. West Rutland Golden Horde as a team shooting great, but Francis Grabowski, just a special performance tonight. He's got to be creeping up on a career high for himself. He's always been a great shooter. But tonight's a special performance because when they take away the three ball, he's getting to the rim. He's not just settling for that shot. And Jacob Dow in the last few minutes of this quarter, they're running a high screen and roll, and it seems like if Jacob wants to get to the rim and score with a layup, he's been able to get there. So he's either scored or drawn a foul. So they're looking to inbound the ball. William Grabowski looking to inbound it, gets it to Maxim. Gets it back to William Grabowski. William Grabowski with the left hand, able to get his own rebound, fires it back out to Francis Grabowski. The thought about a Steph Curry shot, but he brings it all the way to the rim and scores again. 67-44, Golden Horde. Working, and that ball goes up. Player goes down. Francis Grabowski looking to go to the rim, up off the backboard, no good, but that ball is going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be West Rutland ball, last touch by the Phoenix. So 67-44, 4:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. The ball's thrown in, goes off a Phoenix hand. but it gets to Grabowski anyways. Gets it back up to Dow. He's now being guarded by the senior Jay Norland. Gets it to Bartlett. Bartlett takes a couple dribbles. He's being worked. Gets it to Grabowski in the corner. Trying to get it into Maxim in the post. Not able to do so. Maxim being pressured. Fires over to Bartlett. Overplayed. Bartlett goes to the rim, but William Grabowski's there, man on the spot to get the offensive board and puts it up and in. 69-44. Golden Horde really stretching the lead out here. Ball's into Atwood. Atwood up, being pressured by Maxim, and that shot is long. Holding his eye coming out of him. I think Maxim might have got him in the face on that shot attempt. Dow gets by New Orleans, and Dow's just going to hold it, set it up. West Rutland needs to recognize time and score. Gets it out to Maxim, out near half court. Takes a couple dribbles. He's got Atwood on him, laying off him. Grabowski comes off a screen by Maxim, gets it over to Bartlett. Bartlett, great hustle by, what a great hustle played by Maxim, getting on the floor, able to stand up, flip it over to Grabowski for the finish. Nothing going wrong for the Horde, and everything just seems to be falling apart for the Phoenix tonight. That three ball. That three-shot attempt, William Grabowski on the wrist. William Grabowski got him on the wrist. That's going to be a three-shot foul, and Coach Dunches looking like he's going to send in his bench. We'll see who's going to stay. Willing to bet Jacob Dow is going to stay because he's the point guard that never leaves. I've only seen him leave one game this year, and that was a game that was well out of hand in the other direction. And thinking Francis Grabowski might. Oh, he's gonna pull Francis Grabowski, Brian Maxim, and Jacob to a huge ovation from this West Rutland crowd. Gonna leave William Grabowski on the floor with Jacob Dow and Caleb McLaren, Jordan Johnson, and Zach Trippier. So the foul shot is good. They're looking to play man-to-man everywhere. New Orleans on Jacob Dow. 71-47. West Rutland had just a huge offensive output tonight. 35 in the first half, 36 so far in the second half. Still 2:32 to go. There were games that West Rutland didn't even get into the 30s this year, and they've done it in both halves tonight. William Grabowski with the ball, gets it over to Zach Trippier. Zach Trippier throws a pass over to Jordan Johnson. Jordan Johnson finds Caleb McLaren in the lane, and he up and finished. Caleb McLaren, first bucket of the night. Nice find there by Jordan Johnson down in the post, the cutter. And William Grabowski pulls down the rebound and gets it back into the hand of Jacob Dow. 2 minutes to go. Just a matter of what the score is going to be at this point. West Rutland's got it in hand. Fires the ball. Jacob Dow fires the ball over Jordan Johnson. Jordan Johnson takes a couple dribbles, gets caught up, gives it to Caleb McLaren. Caleb McLaren for three. And Zach Trippier trying to hustle to save that. I think Caleb McLaren was just feeling that all the three-pointers were falling, so might as well put one up. That was a bad miss. And in a closer game, that might be a shot attempt that Coach Dunches might be talking to Caleb about tomorrow in practice. But tonight, let him have some fun. Senior that's first year playing varsity, and that was his third point of his career. So. And Caleb McLaren fouls Sam Norlands. Sam Norlands would have to give him player of the game for the Phoenix tonight. He has been a man on the boards, and he's been able to get free, and he's got good moves. Only a sophomore. Real good post player for them. Big and strong, and finishes well at the rim. And I believe that makes him 3 for 3 from the foul line as well. So he's got a shooter's touch for a big man playing down in the post. So 73-48, 1:27 to go here in West Rutland. Second one is up. That one rattles around, and Zach Trippier is able to grab the defensive board. Gets the ball over to Jacob Dow. Jacob Dow still being worked by Jay Norlands in the backcourt. Little stutter step. gets it to Caleb McLaren, who kicks it back out to William Grabowski. William Grabowski gets it to Jordan Johnson, gets bumped, gets the ball stolen away. Jordan Johnson putting some pressure on the backside on Jaden Owens, not able to get it. And Jordan Johnson battling down there for that rebound and earns a jump ball on the alternating possession. It still belongs to West Rutland. Bri, you're not going back in. Why are you taping up? Jacob Dow, little fancy dribble there. Just kind of holding the ball. Jordan Johnson takes a couple dribbles, gets it back to William Grabowski, gets it over to Jacob Dow. He's asking for his teammates to set it up. Fires it into Caleb McLaren. Caleb McLaren just taking a couple dribbles, gets it back to Dow. Dow being pressured up top, gets it over to William Grabowski. William Grabowski gets it to Trippier. Trippier over to Johnson. Here the West Rutland bench just saying no shot, work the ball. William Grabowski gets it back to Jacob Dow. 23 seconds to go. Jacob Dow just working the dribble. Gets it over to Jordan Johnson. Great performance here tonight by the Golden Horde. William Grabowski gets it over to Trippier. Trippier back, gets it over to Jordan Johnson. Jordan Johnson gets it to Dow, and Dow's just going to dribble out the clock. Sam Nolan's trying to get a last-second shot there. But on West Rutland's finest night of the year so far, offensively, defensively, 73-48 is the final. Great performance by the Golden Horde, and best win of the year for the team. So from my cameraman, Rich Dow, Scott Maxim signing off from the Hinchy Gymnasium. Have a good night. That was fun.